Hello, welcome to our live talk show today. So we have with us Rekha ma'am and Armaiti ma'am with us, who will be talking about a very interesting yet a new concept for all of us, especially for our generation at least, because we haven't been prone to the video learning as such. But today's children, if we see, they are more about videos and so many other things which involve artificial intelligence and a lot of more of technology. We all come from the era where textbooks were of prime importance, and all we had to do was mug up those black and white pages. So, with this, the topic for today is does video learning actually help in learning math? That's what we are addressing today. So before we begin with this topic, I would like Rekha ma'am to give an introduction about herself.
Yeah, hi all. I'm Rekha. I'm the BDE for igebra.
Alrighty ma'am.
Hi, I'm Armaiti and I'm also an BDE at igebra.
All right. So, Rekha ma'am, we have been talking about how video learning is a new concept which today's generation is actually experiencing, and more so, it's about post-pandemic or in the pandemic also how education was carried out using the online platforms, which we did not have because possibly COVID was not there. And there were so many other things that we were all about textbooks because offline thing was something which was ours. So, what do you think about this entire new concept which has come up about video learning, especially in accordance with math?
I think necessity is the mother of invention. So because of the pandemic, even children have adapted to, what do you call this, online education. So even the educators, teachers who have never done anything like online before, they've all learned it. They've got accustomed to online education. And now after 2 years of giving online education, I think everybody is finding that mode more comfortable. So the reason being, it has a lot of advantages. I understand there are disadvantages, like, they're worried about eyes and sitting postures, and there are disadvantages, but definitely there are advantages also. So this is a new era, and all of us initially we cribbed and complained, but after I think 1.5 years, we've also sorted out everything, and we've understood that this is not all that bad.
Right. Right. So I think that's very true. Even when we are here today, we are using an online mode of technology, which I think wouldn't have been possible with the kind of culture that we have in India. So definitely, as you said, this invention is great with, of course, its pros and cons it has. So Armaiti ma'am, what is your take on this? What do you have to say about video learning in accordance with math as a subject?
So I've been in the trial classes that we have. I've been sitting in the classes, and the ease with which the children sit and handle the laptop or the cell phone, teaching the parent next to them, you have to do this, you have to do that. That shows that this generation has picked up this concept very well of the online. Previously, a year and a half back, we used to correct our children not to watch the TV or the laptop or the cell phone because it was purely for entertainment. Now it has moved away from the entertainment and it has become more educational. So yes, it's become a big plus point to have that education part of it involved in the online form as well.
Right. So actually today we are also living in this hybrid mode where we have offline and a blend of online. We do have certain disadvantages like Rekha ma'am mentioned about eyesight, postures, and so many other things. Children are just lying comfortably on the bed and listening to the classes, maybe sleeping in between also. So somewhere or the other, of course, there's a gap which has to be bridged. But today we are just focusing on the positives because I think it's very important to imbibe, since we are in this era now, we all have to be up with it and imbibe all the positives before we look into the negatives, because I think human beings have the tendency to get attracted to negatives. So we are not talking about negatives, we'll focus on positives today. So what are the advantages, Rekha ma'am, when it comes to video learning and math?
Typically what I understand is when you look at a video, the way you understand is always better, and your brain can somehow take in more information through a video. For example, I'll take myself as an example. Previously, for me, all the recipes would be in the form of books. Okay, I would buy all the books like Tarla Dalal, etc., etc. They have very glossy finish and they have pictures. and they have instructions, but my dish would never come like how it was meant to come. But now when I go into YouTube and when I watch a recipe live and somebody is actually doing it live, and I just follow the way that lady or that guy is doing, maybe somewhere I'm coming 80 to 90% close to what is being cooked. So when you look at a video or when you look at something, I feel that you take in more information practically than just I'm not telling reading books is bad, but
Yeah.
for the current generation and the kind of distractions that we have, everything has to be really fast. So that is my point number one. And I feel that videos are something which you have freedom of choice.
True.
See, if I like, now you take it an edutech, take it YouTube or videos, you have multiple choice. If you don't like one speaker or one type of language, you can switch on and there will be at least a variety of things waiting for you. So it's up to you. And everybody has got a different mindset. What I like, Armity might not like. So based on my mindset, I have a choice to select what videos I can see or what math classes I can attend. You have that to not just from your local city or from your country. Globally, you have classes. You can choose from any country, any place. There is so much choice. So that is my second point. Maybe Armity can pitch in with two more and I can come back.
All right. So yes, that's absolutely right about the eating part, which was exciting. So call me next time when you prepare a good dish, okay? Okay, Almighty ma'am, we are coming to you. What do you feel are the advantages, the positives that you feel when it comes to video learning?
So I've noticed that the attention span of this present generation is very, very short. So you can't expect them to sit for 40, 45 minutes in one particular lecture and understand it again and again, or grasp the entire lecture. So having a shorter and very meaningful videos play a very vital role, and then that's how they get engaged. So having an online platform, you can have small videos on the basic concept, for example, math. You explain one concept in a very short period of time, showing the multiple graphics or whatever behind in the screen. So you have two things being done. The child is with the visual presentation at the back, the child grasps it easier, and the concept also is being explained. So that helps for the child to understand it very quickly. The biggest advantage is any time in any place. It's like a cherry on the cake. You can watch the videos anytime, whichever time is convenient to you, in any which place. You just need to have your network connection, and that's it. So you don't have to be physically present in one location to have your class. It's available to you at any point of time. So I think that's an added bonus. Rekha?
Yes, that's right. Rekha ma'am, over to you.
I think one more thing I can think about is, child to child, the IQ levels are very different. So in a classroom environment, it's not possible.
Right.
It's not that kids are not intelligent. All the kids are intelligent. Some are a bit slow and some are kind of fast. So in this kind of video mode or on online mode, what happens is you can follow the thing at your own pace. You can pause in between. You can redo it. You can do more practical examples, and nobody's judging you out there. Nobody's observing you till you learn the concept. You can keep on repeating the video. Nobody's going to question you. But in a classroom environment, I think if somebody is asking more than twice, the teacher is very snappy, and she'll say that after class, come and meet me.
Right.
And just because of the mood in which she talks, a lot of people don't go back to her. But when you're doing something online and when you're looking at videos and all, at least you don't have the fear. You can watch it 100 times till the concept is totally imbibed. So that is something that I feel is an advantage.
Definitely, because yes, all of us have individual differences. So that's very rightly put up. One way might work for me and it might not work for you. So if textbooks work for you, it might not work for me at the same time. So all of us do have different kind of intelligences, and based on which we are actually good in one and we can be weak in the other one. So that's what we know about. So it's not about if you can't read from the book, then you're just having a low IQ, or maybe you're just good for nothing. That's not how we label the children. So we need to find out ways to make it interesting. So with this, Almighty ma'am, maybe you can just add one or two more points to the same advantages.
Sure. So like Rekha said, like not all children are equal. In the privacy of your own home with your own laptop, you can take your assessments or your quizzes, and you can assess yourself on what basis, where you stand, rather than having a 60 class of 60 children and having the teacher pinpoint on your faults. You can assess your own self or the parent can help the child, and then that it gives a comfort to the child that he will not be judged or she will not be pointed on that she's not scored good marks. That's an added advantage again. Another thing is, I think children or even the teens, they are more attracted to pictorial representations on the screen. So in the form of concept videos, or in the form of music videos, any which ways you see the way they get attracted to music videos. So having something, having the education uh, platform in such a way that you get all those music involved in it, and try to impart education as well, that works. So
Become fun. It will become more fun.
Yeah.
have a fun element and try to get them engaged into what the study is about. Otherwise, if we just have the normal book and pen paper like how we had, I think they will also struggle. This generation cannot struggle like how we have, or they will not want to do what we did that time. So
Correct, because I think most of us have that prestige of the net connection and laptop devices. So I think there would be barely any households which do not have it now. I think that's one necessity in today's world, where everyone want to watch videos, maybe reels, like you said, concept videos and everything. So definitely it's like using some entertainment, and at the same time you're imbibing good concepts and knowledge as well. So two things in one go. So that's very rightly put up. So thank you, Rekha ma'am and Armaiti ma'am, for such valuable points, which are actually very important in today's generation and today's era in which we are. So before we close this, before we wrap up, I would just like each one of you to give one-liners about this online mode and online technology, online learning, along with math. What do you feel about it, and what message you want to give to our young minds?
I feel that, see, technology is now the most in thing. We have moved from roadside theaters to multiplex. Everything about our life has changed. Everybody has a mobile phone now. Everybody has, we have kind of, we kind of love the technology that we have.
Right.
All my entire family, they live abroad. If we were still in that era where we have to write letters, I don't know how much I would have communicated with them. But with WhatsApp calls and video calls, I don't feel the distance anymore, because we are looking at each other almost on a daily basis. So there is so much of communication that is possible. So I think it is very good when we can welcome technology in so many ways. Online education is also a new thing. We should welcome it.
Correct. That's very rightly put up. Armaiti ma'am, what do you have to say on this?
yeah, I would say digitization is here to stay. And when I want to relate it to math, basically all our algorithms, all our gadgets, everything is based on math only. So it is understood that we need to understand math first to plan ahead. It's the future. So hence we require math as a basic knowledge right now. Yeah.
That's great. Thank you so much, Rekha ma'am. Thank you so much, Almighty ma'am. So as they both have put it up, that digitization is here to stay. So you better make your future brighter, because it's in your hands now how to make use of it to the fullest. So thank you, Almighty ma'am, once again. And Rekha ma'am, we'll be back soon with you too, with some other interesting topic and some another interesting episode. So stay tuned.
Pleasure always.
Thank you. Bye. Bye, Charlie. Bye.